What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and today we're going to take a look at the rare and epic heroes of Starfall Circus and see if they're as good at their respective rarities as the legendary heroes were. Let's dive in. But first, join me over in Gemstone Legends. It's a fantastic match 3 RPG game, and it's players who get in early on games like this who are at the biggest advantage. Not only will you help the channel out by using the link in the description of this video, but if you use the code #lion_2021 you're gonna get a guaranteed free epic hero named Eichelborg, along with 5 more gold scrolls, that's more heroes, and a bunch of gold and gems. And after you download the game, you're going to have access to the beginner events, which is going to get you one more free epic hero named Soliana, and a bunch of free legendary equipment and a platinum scroll, which is again another free epic or legendary hero. Guys, wow. Just make sure to use that code within 3 hours of downloading the game and after completing the tutorial. And I will see you over in Gemstone Legends. Okay, let's start with Whacker. Whacker is a 3-star green hero. Look at that attack stat, by the way. That's what really jumps out at me when I first look at this card, because rarely do you see a 3-star hero with attack that's just like out of this world like that. But Whacker is a barbarian, of course part of the Starfall family, which gives a bonus either 40 or 60% chance to cleanse the hero's most recent cleansable status ailment at the end of each turn. And I believe that's going to be an effect that a lot of people forget about as they're playing. And it's one of the most powerful passives I think that they've posted on heroes so far. So that's really awesome for a 3-star hero. They've been coming out with really strong 3-star heroes over the last year or so, and really interesting specials too. So I'm glad about that. Let's see what this one looks like. So as I said, the attack stat's really high. The defense is a little lower, so he's a glass cannon, meaning he's going to deal a lot of damage, but dies easily too. The HP is okay. Nasty Hammer is the special, and he is fast speed. That's really important. Deals 315% damage to the target. That's pretty good. So he's a sniper in the land of rare heroes. The enemy with the highest base attack gets the following status ailment. The target gets negative 54% attack for 3 turns. All right, so let's think about how this actually plays out. He is definitely a very strong sniper. In fact, better at sniping than a lot of snipers out there. So he gets points in my book for that. And he's fast with a high attack stat, which is exactly what you want to see, right? This attack down stat though, it's more defensive. For being a really aggressive looking hero at the start, then it ends with this sort of defensive stat. It's not bad, but if you think about all the most powerful things happening in Empires and Puzzles, attack down is not one of them. In fact, a lot of the attack down heroes that are out there are sort of second rate. That doesn't mean that Whacker is second rate. They stamped this ability onto an already really powerful sniper. However, there are snipers out there that do some better things. I'm even thinking like Costume Bane, for example, who's going to blind the opponent. And whenever you put the costume on, it gets those bonuses too. Anything that's going to lower defense or blind or, you know, things like that. In fact, I think that dispelling snipers are extremely powerful, more powerful than an attack down. So while he's almost an A because of that out of the world damage and attack, which really is what you want to be doing in this game, you just want to kill enemies, right? Like, who cares what the status effect is if you just kill an enemy? However, if it's not quite enough to kill an enemy, you want it to be doing something super useful. This is useful. It's not super useful. However, I think the fact that Whacker does what you want a deadly sniper to do, which is just kill an opponent or get very, very close, that puts him up there at an A-. So I'm going to give Whacker an A- because of that. He's doing what you want in a sniper, and then you get a bonus effect to go with it, although it's not the best effect you see on snipers. Candy is our next 3-star hero up, a holy hero, part of the cleric class, of course getting the Starfall family bonus. The attack stat is okay, the defense stat is okay, the HP is pretty good. Not the highest, I've ever seen, but pretty good. Whimsical Aid is the special. Average speed. Heals all allies who have less than 50% HP left to 50% health. I don't typically like that because that means that you need your heroes to be taking damage for this special to matter. However, there's another part to this. All allies regenerate 261 HP over 3 turns. So everybody does get some healing. And actually, this heal over time is a pretty powerful part of this game, and it has been through its whole history, especially on defense. Like when you're on offense and you're trying to kill the opponent, just that constant little bit of healing, you like almost get the hero dead and then it heals a little bit. You almost get him dead and they heal a little bit. It's pretty powerful. So I actually do see this hero being a healer that you could potentially use on offense and defense. It just depends. Of course, you're not going to take it in the tournaments where healing doesn't have an effect, right? I keep seeing people put healers in there. In fact, my brain always wants to put Costume Regard in everything, so I always forget about that too. That's another heal over time hero, but this is going to be really powerful in those cases where healing has an effect. This is purely a healer. For being a 3-star healer, they've only started to come out with powerful 3-star healers, and this one is right up there with some of the best of them, but all she does is heal. So yeah, she's going to give a lot of healing to the ones who are almost dead. You don't want heroes to be almost dead though. And then she's going to give a little bit to those who are above 50% health. So yes, very good, but actually not one of the best that they've come out with yet, as far as rare heroes go. So for that reason, I'm going to give her an A- because yes, she is powerful. You definitely want to be leveling her up and using her. You can use her on offense. You can use her on defense and things like that. But there are a couple better rare healers out there at this point. Now let's take a look at the epic heroes. And the first one up is Deandre, who is a holy 4-star hero paladin class. This is one of the better classes because it just makes them so tough to kill. So if they already have strong defense, this just makes it that much harder. Of course, Starfall bonus, so don't forget about that. 629 attack, 637 defense, which is okay. That's actually pretty good for a 4-star, but it's not out of this world. And then 1381 HP. Vitalizing Spectacle at average speed is the special. Recovers 35% health for all allies, so we have another healer here. All allies with a dispellable status ailment that affect defense get plus 50% defense for 3 turns. Now that's important because he's not a cleanser in that regard, but he actually, when it comes to defense down, does more than just cleanse. He increases the defense. So you see something like this on Jean-Francois, who's a 5-star hero, where when his effect is up, if someone like Frigg went off and gave you defense down, it actually gives you defense increase instead. And while that's a proactive one, you have to set Jean-Francois off before a hero like Frigg. Deandre, you can come in and heal afterwards and get the bonus. So plus 50% defense is a lot. So let's say a hero goes off and gives you defense down. You just time it with Deandre. For that reason, I think Deandre is much more of an offensive healer, so that you can time things like this. And then lastly, all allies get plus 24% mana generation for 3 turns. And that one actually matters more on defense than on offense. You know, it's going to matter on offense, but you notice it more on defense. So one of these abilities is better for offense. One of them is better for defense. I actually like that they did that. It makes for a balanced hero and one that you can use all around. I don't think this guy is overpowered, but he's very, very good for a 4-star hero. When you take him on offense with you, you're going to keep your heroes alive for sure. I mean, this guy is going to be an awesome healer. And when he's on defense, he's going to create a nightmare for, you know, trying to bring defense down, and, you know, now the defense gets faster and stuff like that. However, healers like this on defense typically aren't the best thing that you can be doing. Very good. You definitely can't go wrong. He could be one of your, you know, for a lot of you, he could be one of your best heroes, right? So, and especially when we do 4-star tournaments and things like that, you know, I would not feel bad about taking him if he was like one of your top yellow heroes. But because there's usually a little bit better things to be doing, I'm going to give Deandre an A minus. And that's because I think you can use him everywhere, but there's usually a couple of heroes who do have something just a little bit better going on. Usually more aggressive tactics is what I'm talking about. Things that are going to kill the other team faster or just keep them from playing. Those are the things that are more powerful than just healing and keeping your own team alive. Now let's take a look at Eichelborg, who is a red 4-star hero, monk class. Not one of the best classes, but it's fine. Starfall Circus family, of course. 637 attack, 656 defense, and 1317 HP. That's all okay. Pompous Flex at fast speed is the special. Deals 340% damage to the target. That's a huge percent. And this is a fast hero, so definitely another sniper. For a 4-star hero, 340 is quite a bit. However, do notice that attack stat is 637. There are certainly 4-star heroes that have a higher attack stat than that. But he's going to deal a lot of damage. So do note that 340 may not be quite as much as you're expecting when you think of other potential 4-star heroes that have a higher attack stat, but it's not like he has a bad attack stat. The enemy with the highest base defense gets the following status ailment. The target gets negative 44% defense for 4 turns. That's really good. That is, when I see at fast speed defense down printed on a hero, that always stands out to me because just one of the most powerful things you could be doing in the game is lowering the opponent's defense. You just want to kill the enemy. That is what this game is all about. Just kill them and kill them as fast as you can. And this is a strategy that definitely helps you to get there. Now, one thing that's a little difficult about this is you don't get to necessarily choose who has the defense down. It's going to be the enemy with the highest defense, of course. Now, you know that going in, so you're going to play around that, or you should. Another reason why this is probably more of an offensive hero. A lot of these Starfall family heroes are more offensive, I think, than defensive. Doesn't mean they're bad on defense. It just means you can use them more tactically on offense with choices. So if you know where the negative defense down is going, then you just play around that. Maybe instead of how you would typically play where you choose the defense down on the hero whose special is about to go off and then kill them, now you're probably just going to have to go after the one that has the defense down, create a space to ghost tiles or things like that. So I think that this is a really, really good hero. I've been a huge fan of all the Starfall family heroes in general. I think they're all very powerful. I think this is a great one for offense. We don't typically see red snipers that can fill a role like this. And so you got a fast speed, humongous percentage sniper that's doing defense down. That, in my book, is an A. He's just doing all the best things you want to be doing in this game. So I am going to give Eichelborg an A, and I think that I'm excited about him. I hope I get him. I am going to be doing a summons video, by the way, so make sure you're subscribed for that. Because I just don't think there's been a whole lot of red snipers in this game, right? So he is going to fill a role. And lastly, we have Marcel, who, by the way, I just love this art. The art in Starfall Family Circus is just amazing. All the heroes have really cool art. I love this guy. A lot of these cards recently, I've been wanting more for the art than the actual special, although all the specials in this are particularly good. But the heroes of the month, the events, they're all just really, really cool. And I'm glad that they're on top of this. It makes the game very fun. So Marcel, of course, is a green 4-star hero, sorcerer class, and Starfall family bonus. 654 attack is pretty good. 626 defense, okay. And then 1338 HP, that's okay. Head hurl is the special. Average speed, take note of that. Deals 300% damage to the target and nearby enemies. That's a good amount of damage for a target and nearby enemies. That's really good. That's really good. All allies with dispellable status ailments that affect attack get plus 50% attack for 3 turns. Whoa. All right. So, you know what? This particular ability at first glance is like, okay, it's like a nice bonus to have on here. But when you think about how much damage is being done here, and then if you get to basically choose to take him on offense, go up against a team that's going to have attack down, and purposefully wait for that to go off, and then set this guy off. I mean, it's really, really awesome to be able to do that. So another very tactical hero. And then lastly, the target nearby enemies get negative 34% defense for 3 turns. Wow. You already heard me say, defense down is one of the most powerful things you can be doing in this game. If this hero only said deals 300% damage to the target nearby enemies and they get negative 34% defense for 3 turns, he would be an A. So, of course, I'm going to give him an A because on top of it, he gets this other ability of turning attack down into attack increase. This guy's amazing. I want him. I definitely will be leveling him up if I get him. Very, very useful for the 4-star tournaments and things like that. And if you're newer to this game, a great hero to build upon as you're trying to build your roster. I have used defense down heroes like this. This includes heroes like Grim and Gormek from like early on when I was playing that do defense down. I use heroes like that all the time still in the 4-star tournament because of the effect that they have. Buddy is another one that does defense down, and he also does attack down, which is interesting. But he is not nearly as powerful as far as damage goes as Marcel is. All right, so there we go. Those are the Starfall heroes. If you haven't seen my legendary breakdown, make sure to go watch that because I cover all the legendary heroes as well. Man, I don't think I have given out more A's in my time of doing Empires and Puzzles than I did in this particular event. They're all good. One thing I'll say to wrap this up as I'm, going through all these heroes is it does appear that all these A's that I'm giving out are more geared towards them being offensive heroes than defensive heroes. It doesn't mean that they're bad on defense at all. They're really good on defense still. They're better on offense. They're overpowered on offense. And that's because they made these heroes so you can use them tactically. These heroes should be, if you play it right, should be really good strategic heroes. Overpowered strategic heroes at that. But here's the thing. Are they going to get nerfed? I don't think so. And the reason is because you never really notice whenever there's overpowered offensive heroes because you don't see them show up in defenses that much, right? And it's only the heroes on defense that are just so frustrating to play against that end up getting the nerfs. I have an overpowered offensive hero, Lord Loki, he's just like a game ender. Like he is amazing. Probably one of the best heroes in the game. Totally overpowered. And he goes under the radar because he's not that good on defense. So you never see him on defenses. You never notice. He doesn't make you feel really frustrated. You just, when you're watching a war, you just kind of see a player one-shot your defense and you're like, why? Well, you don't know. And so I think that we're in for some really fun, powerful heroes here. They're probably not at any risk of being nerfed or anything like that. So you can safely level them up and run with them, and they're all good. All right, so if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you consider liking the video and subscribing, hitting that bell notification so you know when I drop more videos or go live, and I will catch you in the next one.